Welcome to the Human Nature Channel. I'm your host, Alex Mtamsula, and what am I doing here? Well, it's Tuesday night once again here in my dad's farm garage slash idea factory. That came to me when I saw him sitting in his rocking chair. And I knew what he was doing. He was thinking. He wasn't staring up into space. He was looking down at something he wanted to work on. That's how it is with Dad. He's always planning ahead, trying to figure out what he wants to do, how he's going to do it. A recurring problem on this property is we have springs. There's a lot of water on this property. A lot of comes running down from the hill. And you got to be careful you don't get washouts and topsoil erosion and stuff. So that involves putting down stone and putting in pipe. You got to plan ahead for that. Dad even has a plan on installing a commode here in the garage, and he'll hook it up to the septic tank in front of the old farmhouse. Dad has foresight, and that is a good quality. So this has been the warmest evening so far this year up here. It was in the 90s when I drove up. The funny thing is, this turned into a late video. It's actually past 2:30. The Las Vegas Shooting Truth Community Yak, I already have done. What happened was on my way up here, I did something to my neck. I don't know what it was. I turned the wrong way. My neck is a little out of place. It just so happened that Dad was already in the house. So I go in and I fix myself a cup of coffee and I sit down at the coffee or the kitchen table with him, and my neck snaps back into place. I'm like, oh great, I can do this. But it was still sore. So the combination of heat, my neck, and bugs made this a late one. But what do I have for you next? Hopefully everything, including the kitchen sink. How about some Las Vegas Shooting Truth Community Yak, because that's what you're here for. Well, I only have 2 items this week. The first one is the YouTube channel of Opinion Gator has been taken down. A moment of silence for Opinion Gator, please. I guess that's not very nice, but then Opinion Gator wasn't a nice guy either. First time I ever saw his name was over a comment he put on one of my YouTube videos from many, many months ago. I don't remember what he said. I think it was a question, but it also kind of sounded like a statement that assumed I knew what he was talking about. It was kind of incomprehensible. So my response was kind of a generic, sounds good to me. And he comes back with, wrong answer. I always knew you were a narrative hugger like the rest of them. Well, imagine my surprise. And I would like to use this moment to speak to all of the narrative huggers out there. There's something we can do. We can give ourselves a hug. Go ahead. It's fine. And if you do exactly as I say, then somebody watching this video at the exact same moment is giving themselves a hug too. Feel better? Me neither. Anyway, getting back to Opinion Gator, in the last month I noticed that YouTube was taking down some of his videos. I subscribed to the guy. Not to speak ill of the terminated, but I was curious to see what kind of videos get made by an imbecile. And I found out. If you were a smart person, you'd have to work very, very hard to come up with an idea this dumb. And if you're already dumb, it should be easy. He's got a monitor, right? Somebody else's video on it, like worn body cam footage or pictures, right? Anyway, Opinion Gator comes in and he's got his cell phone and he's taking a video of what's on the monitor while he talks. And I'm like, when it comes to YouTube, does it get any lazier than that? How about a video of me taking a 2-hour nap? Although, to be fair, Opinion Gator does talk, so it's at a level above nap time. But I remember one time, he's talking and he comes in with a pencil and he's using the eraser end to point out something. Half of what he says, I don't understand. Half of what he's showing me, I can't see. I mean, something typical would be like, okay, this is the inside the Uber video, and keep an eye on that window. I'm going to slow it down. Here we go. Here we go. Wait for it. Wait for it. Aha! Did you see that flashing light? That was the gunfire. See, I'm like, yeah, I see flashing lights. It's Las Vegas. There's flashing lights all over the place. And it may have been a waste of time, but there was one thing that kind of made it worthwhile. At one point, Opinion Gator turns his cell phone sideways and the light illuminates his face and you can see his reflection in the computer monitor. And he's wearing glasses and he's got like white hair and stuff like that. I'm like, I actually pictured a different guy. Anyway, other than this little historical note, I'm not going to give this topic any more time than it deserves. I'm certainly not going to talk about his ideas, except the one that I think did him in. He talked a lot about Officer Charles Hartfield. Officer Charles Hartfield was off duty and at the Route 91 concert, and he was killed there. However, Opinion Gator tells us that there is across the street traffic cam video of Officer Hartfield in uniform standing on the sidewalk in front of the big entrance to Mandalay Bay, and then when the shooting starts, he turns to his left and walks off. And then it sort of dawned on me what was happening to this guy, because he had been talking about Hartfield a lot. This came up on multiple videos, and it's like, okay, all the videos where he mentioned Hartfield have been taken down, and now the whole channel has been taken down. If Opinion Gator got flagged for deliberately putting out misinformation and went down, then he got what he deserved. Now, the second item is we have a new video from Vegas, October 1 Sounds. It's been a while. It is the Lost Uber video overview and first shots. It's an hour and 19 minutes long. I've seen the whole thing. And I can sum it up in the comment I made to Robert, where I said, just when I thought the LVS can't cough up a new puzzle, now we have the mystery of the first shot. And he answered me back. He's there. There's a lot of mysteries down in that area that are bothering him. So anyway, there's always something interesting either inside my dad's garage or outside. What can I show you today? Now, what I have to show you right now is a corn crib. Yes, a storage place for feed corn. And if we walk up here to the side, you can see there's a trap door on the back. Now, this is actually our second corn crib. When we moved up here in 1962, there was already one standing. Okay, but by the time you got to 1980, the old corn crib was leaning to one side and it was in disrepair. It looked like we were going to tear it down, but then something strange happened. At around that time, we had natural gas producers putting in pipeline on the top of that small ridge up there, right? And they were coming through. One day, a 31-foot length of pipe came rolling down this hill, and I don't know how it missed the trees and stuff, and it made kind of a turn, and it hit the corn crib and it took it out. So Dad went up to the Texas Eastern people who were putting in the pipeline, and he's like, hey, you took out my corn crib. And then it's like, well, okay, we'll build you a new one. So we actually got a second corn crib out of that. And I think that's a great story. And to tell you the truth, I think that's got my tornado story beat. Well, I think I have everything I need. Eye protection, check. Like I said a little earlier, this ran late. No accordion tonight. I did bring music. I may try to do a song as a standalone. We'll see if I can fit it in. Hey, Irv, get over here. What do you say we put this to bed? Irv thinks that's a great idea. Time for your close-up, pal.